Hello, it is World Wide Web Wednesday, February 5th, 2020. Steve Sipress here. Not sure if I've spoken about this before, but I was speaking to one of my clients today, talking about his email marketing, but this applies to any type of marketing, online or offline. Today is we talk online, a World Wide Web Wednesday, but of course all of the tried and true strategies that work in marketing, the basic principles and strategies have all been around since way, way before the internet. But this strategy I'm talking about today, segmenting, is so easily implemented thanks to technology. So, for instance, let's use email and say you have an email list. Most business owners, first of all, don't even really use email properly. But if you do, let's say you're sending out an email to sell something. Well, with a little bit of time and effort, if you do what's called segmenting your list, you will at least double your response most of the time. Hey, thanks for the likes, and Toby Mercinger's here. Great seeing you, Toby. And so what do I mean by segmenting? Segmenting just means breaking up the lists into smaller segments so you can send different messages, slightly different messages. You don't have to write entirely new emails, but you send slightly different messages, slightly different offers, and maybe some of the segments of your list you don't even send an offer at all for a particular product or service. Give an example. Let's say you have, you can segment a list in all different ways. So let's say you can segment it in terms of how recently somebody's purchased from you, or how much they've bought from you over the time, over the lifetime, or how many people they've referred, or how frequently they purchase, or the typical products, a certain, not typical, the particular products or services that they have purchased from you in the past as opposed to ones they haven't. So for instance, let's say you are a plumber, like Toby Mercinger here, although he does sewer repair, but let's say you're a plumber, and you want to take people that have, you want to make an offer to people that have hired you recently as opposed to haven't hired you in over a year. Those would be two entirely different offers, but they can be done with a very similar email. So you can announce a winter special you're having right now, and then you can say, you can send an offer and say, because you were a valuable customer in the past, but I haven't heard from you in a year, I'm going to give you a special offer to get you to come back and use us again. I'm going to come over and do 2 hours of work, any kind of plumbing work anywhere in your home, preventative, fix a little, do whatever it is for X amount. And then you can say to people that regularly call you, hey, because you're a regular customer that calls me all the time, I'm going to reach out with a special thank you for being a regular customer offer. I'll come over for 2 hours and I'll fix anything and repair anything and do some preventative blah, 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 blah. So almost the entire email can be the same, but you can give a different, what's called a reason why, and a slightly different offer if you want for different people. This is especially effective with the people on your list that you believe are dead leads, people that maybe they've done business with in the past, or they just inquired and they've never done business with you at all, but you do have their email address. And for offline, it would be their physical address, or for text messaging, it would be their cell phone numbers. But let's keep it to email and say you have the email address of 1,000 people who called for a bid and called for information, whatever it was, and they never done business with you. Well, they might get a special offer. Hey, you've never done business with you, which means, by the way, that they have said no repeatedly to your basic product or service. So for a plumber, it might be, hey, you called us once, but you've never hired us a plumber, and that's fine. I understand it. But what I want to do is tell you about a friend of mine who is a fantastic heating and air guy. This guy does unbelievable work, and he's offering a end of the winter special right now since everybody's already replaced their heating units and got them all cranking. He's doing a special late end of the season special where he will come and inspect your unit and give it a little tune-up and make sure you're saving the most dollars and not throwing money out the window and heating, and he'll get it ready for the spring, blah, 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 whatever it is. So in other words, If they've said no, if they are a prospect who's never bought from you, and therefore they've said no to your product or service, offer them something different. A new product, a new service, or somebody else's product or service, which basically to them means something new. And that's a way to convert dead leads. But it's all about segmenting the list. You can't just send that email out to your entire list lazily and, just click send them all and say, hey, here's a special. I mean, you can, and that's what most people do if they do anything at all. Here's a winter special, boom. But without that reason why, without that little personal one paragraph in the middle of the whole thing or at the beginning of the whole thing, you're missing out on a ton of the effect it can have. We all like to get personal messages, and when we can tell by something in the message that it is about us, we feel that it's pertinent to us, we're much more likely to respond. So are the people on your list. This works for online advertising, any kind of marketing, online, offline, anything at all. I just gave one brief example there. If you want something more and something in particular, and some particular help in your business, reach out. Go to helpfromsteve.com and I'll help you put this to use. Just remember, with segmenting, you can send slightly different versions of your message, get a much better result. Let's go to the questions, comments, concerns. I see Toby says, awesome idea, maintenance cleanings, get many more cells to extra things right. So, get a maintenance or a cleaning as a foot in the door to getting a lifetime customer. Just remind them of my name, an annual list reminder. Same as pool guy opening the pool, refers to great landscape. Exactly, right? So if they have not purchased a product of yours and you come out with something new, that's a great time to send an email to the part of your list that usually doesn't respond at all, but let them know you're sending this to them because they don't respond. Hey, I understand that you do not like to attend such and such type of events that we do, so I've got a whole different type of event, and I'm thinking this must be something you will like. Or since you've never come to lunch before at our restaurant, that must mean that you only like going to restaurants for dinner. I'm going to make you an offer for dinner. Let's say you were a breakfast restaurant, right? That's how that would work. Hey, you've never come to our restaurant. I know you came once, but you've never come back in over a year, but we have your name and your email on our list. And so you must really like eating out for breakfast. That's fine. I want to recommend this restaurant nearby down the block, Joe's. Joe is fantastic. It's got a great menu, blah, blah, blah. And he's offering a special just to people that have come to my breakfast restaurant to try his restaurant out. You're going to get a free dinner and an appetizer and a blah, 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 blah. So you can convert leads who have not bought your main product to buying a new product. And if you don't have a new product, they can buy somebody else's product. You can get a referral fee. But make sure you're segmenting the list. You're taking a little time. And I just talked about segmenting based on purchase history. You can segment it based on their emotions as tied to your business. If you've taken the time to ask them these things in surveys or intake forms or whatever, and you know that, for instance, a dentist, hey, we know that you are afraid of XYZ. Lots of people are afraid of going to the dentist and blah, blah, blah. Or we know that you don't trust attorneys, and so blah, 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 blah. We have a special get to know us, blah, blah, blah. So you can segment the list based on people that have more trust, less trust, done business frequently, less frequently, recently, less recently, not at all, male, female, conservative, liberal, pet owners, non-pet owners. Segment the list any way you want, but whenever you do, and you can send out more personalized messages, test me out. Prove me wrong, but I believe you will at least, history and all the studies show you will at least double your response from just blasting out one general email. And that'll do it for World Wide Web Wednesday. Thanks to Toby for all the input. Anyone else watching live or on the replay, as always, go to helpfromsteve.com. I've got a ton of ideas, and I know we can find some that's something you want to do that'll fit your situation, make you a lot of money. You'll have a lot of fun. You'll have a lot less stress. To me, that's what running a business is all about. And I'll be back tomorrow on Throwback Thursday. Catch you then. Over and out. Bye-bye.